Welcome to Viking Voices, the people of Princeton. I am Elgin Carr, your proud superintendent of Princeton City Schools. We have a great program for you today, and I'd like to introduce my co-host.
I'm Lily Edmiston, and I'm a sophomore at Princeton High School.
So Lily, thank you for being here today. It's always great to get as many kids as we can involved. I'm going to say thank you to ICRC-TV as well, also with our student interns that are helping today. The first guest today is going to be Principal Josh Murray of Evendale Elementary. He's going to talk to us about what's going on in Evendale Elementary, the things going on this spring, and maybe a little pre-kindergarten and preschool registration. So, Mr. Murray, how you doing today?
Good. Thank you for having me, Mr. Carr. And Lily, I appreciate you having me come in and talk to you guys.
Well, we appreciate you being here, doing a great job over at Evendale. I'd like to start, just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're doing, your journey in education, how long you've been at Princeton, anything else you think would be relevant for the people to know.
All right, yeah. So this is year 17 in education. I've been with Princeton for 16 years. I started as a special education paraprofessional at Lincoln Heights. I was there for 4 years and then moved into an intervention specialist role. I did that for almost 10 years. And then I switched as an assistant principal both at Sharonville and Stewart Elementary. And then the last 2 years I've been at Evendale as a building principal. So it's been a journey, and it's been interesting and fun to get to see the different buildings and how everything works. But it's all Princeton, and I've enjoyed every leg of the journey.
Well, one probably neat thing is we both started our time at Princeton at Lincoln Heights Elementary. As I started as a teacher, so it has a special place in my heart as well.
Always love still connecting with some of the people there and still keep in contact with lots of them. So. And
something else I love, and this is a great lesson for everybody, as Mr. Murray started as a paraprofessional and worked his way up now to a principal, shows the growth and his drive to be great. So we appreciate that as well. When we talk about pre-K and kindergarten registration, tell us how that works.
Yep, so registration is, we're having an informational night where parents can learn more about that. Families can also reach out to our Welcome Center where they can set up a specific time to come in if they need support with that. But if you visit Princeton's webpage, you can go to the Welcome Center part of the website. There you can upload all your forms into final forms, whether it's birth certificates, proof of residency, any form that needs to be inputted into the system can do that. So that's a great spot to find all the information that you need.
Okay. And we talked about the Welcome Center. Where's that located?
So if you go to the Princeton Administration Center or central office at 3900 Cottingham, you can go to the central office Welcome Center, and they can help support you in this process as well.
Okay. So you talked about where we can find that information. What happens, let's say folks don't have, their internet's not working and they didn't get the information. What would they do then?
So we actually have quite a few families that are in that situation. And so if you call our main line at 864-1000, they can direct you to our Welcome Center. They can call and set up some times for you to be able to come in and help you with that registration process and help you submit the forms that you need to fully enroll here at Princeton.
Well, we appreciate you talking about the enrollment process there for preschool and kindergarten, and we look forward to many little likes coming to join us here in the near future. So let's change a little bit here. Tell us about Evendale Elementary. What's going on there? Well, let me go back. You had a pretty neat thing this morning you invited me to. I got to stop through. Tell us about that.
Yep. So the cook in our kitchen has worked with Princeton for almost 20 years, and so we decided to send her off. Her last day is today. But we wanted to celebrate her, and so she liked superheroes, so we had all the teachers and students today wearing superhero gear. We had a big breakfast for her. We invited her family, so her husband, sons came in, her granddaughter came in, so it was a nice way to celebrate her and let her know that we love having her, and she was such a huge part of what helped make Evendale such a great place.
Yeah, 20 years doing the one thing there is unbelievable, and I was lucky to get over and tell her thank you personally, because that is a big deal what she's doing. She's going to be missed. But it was really interesting too to see everybody in their superheroes. Yeah. You had your Superman shirt on.
I did have a Superman. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. So I had to have that on.
I was going to say he was a super principal, but he changed shirts. So I couldn't do that. So, but he is a super principal even without the shirt. So we appreciate that as well. I'll let you go ahead, Lily.
So what do you love the most about Princeton?
So I think it's the people. I've been in, like I said, I've worked at Heritage Hill, I've worked at Stewart, Sharonville, Evendale, and every one of those, it's the people that make the difference. We love the students, we love the families, the communities, and we always have what the students' best interest. And so every school and building that I've been in, we always just want to do what's best for those kids and support them in any way we can. So it's probably the people.
You know, it's I've done a few of these shows now, and everybody we talk to talks about the people, and that is a special thing, and why I love Princeton so much as well. What other things are going on at Evendale this time?
So we do a monthly parent and family roundtable. That's a time for families to come in. We tie it in with our PTA as well. So it's a way for the PTA to share some information, but then also our school, we have our different solution teams share out what are the work that they're doing throughout the year. So it's nice to just hear, because we think academics a lot of the time, which is huge and important, but it's also nice to hear what are some things we're setting up for some of the fun things. So that is a monthly event that's usually the third Friday. We also are going to have our math literacy night in May, so that's an event where we bring our families in. We love doing that. And then also on April 20th, we're going to have our Fun Fest. We're tweaking it out a little bit compared to in the past, but we're still going to have games for kids and families to participate in. We're going to do a color run. We're going to have a bounce house. So we're pretty excited for the change, but it's going to be a great event for any family and students to come and join and participate in that.
Okay, well, that sounds a lot of fun. I've been over to your building for a couple things this year and events, and the teachers and the kids are always having a great time, so we appreciate that. It's great for our kids to be able to, we're learning, but we're having some fun while we do it, and that's really important. So, well, we appreciate you being here today. I'm going to let you go. I know you're very busy back in your building. So have a great day, everybody, and as always, go Vikes!
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Welcome back to Viking Voice of the People of Princeton, and we have our next guest, who needs no introduction, Dr. Deborah Jackson. She's a music teacher at Sharonville Elementary, and we have her here, and I'm going to read this so I get it right, because this is pretty big time. She just won last Thursday evening. I was honored to go to a banquet at Xavier University. She was honored as the Greater Cincinnati Excellence in Education Awards, Cincinnati Association and Xavier University Teacher of the Year. It was a great banquet, and she deserved that honor for all her work over the years. So, Dr. Jackson, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Card. People say that to me, and I'm still very humbled. I think they're really talking about somebody else. They really are not talking about me.
Well, I will say, when I got to Xavier Thursday night, and she was like, I don't know why I'm getting this. And I said, everybody else does. You made a difference in the lives of a lot of kids, so people recognize that. So we're going to start by telling us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about your role in education, how long you've been in Princeton, what you've done in your career, please.
Yeah, I always tell folks that I never tell anybody. They always say you never ask a woman her age. Well, don't ask me how long I've been in education, because it's a number that two people can't count together. But I've been in education a long time. I started as a para in the Akron Public Schools many, many years ago. The program was called a cooperative education program, and it was designed to get community people involved in the classroom as teachers. So that's where I met my husband, and I was a music major at that time because I thought I could sing. My goal in life was not to be a teacher, but to be a choir director. I wanted to be like Reverend James Cleveland and Mattie Moss Clark and some of those other great musicians. That's what I wanted to do. I love to sing, and I love to direct choirs. We were dating, and my husband said, I took every free course that the university offered, because I had to work my way through school, and sometimes I worked 2 or 3 jobs to pay my tuition. So Wesley said, you're taking too many classes, and you're just too scattered. He said, why don't you just be a teacher? So, okay, I dumbly said, okay, that sounds good. And of course, all the work that I'd done moved me in that direction. He got a transfer to Lynn, Massachusetts with General Electric Company, and I went to work trying to finish my degree. So it's been a long journey. I've taught everything from preschool to graduate school. I like everything I've ever taught except math. I'm a music teacher. I'm not a math teacher, and I'm real clear on where the difference between the two. So that's how I got here.
Yeah. Well, we have something in common then, because I didn't like math either, and I taught everything in elementary school, and I taught elementary school except math, and I told them that wouldn't be fair to the kids. So
that's what I told them too.
So we appreciate that. Another great journey, starting as a pair about the kids and working her way up to where she's at now. So we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So tell us a little about your Teacher of the Year award. Tell us about what that is and what it means to you.
I was humbled when they told me I had this award. I had some illness, and the day that they called me and they told me, I started to cry because, you don't get rewarded for something that you enjoy doing. Your reward is the work. It's not a public acclamation. The Syntax Association Award is an annual award given to teachers throughout the greater Cincinnati community, where they celebrate not only teachers, but educators, administrators, and volunteers who have made outstanding contributions to education. It is composed of 5 colleges, and I'm going to read that off because I don't want to do this incorrectly. The colleges are the College of Mount St. Joe, University of Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky University, Xavier University. I think that's 5. And Thomas More University.
Yes.
Thank you. And again, the precept for the award is an outstanding teacher. So that couldn't be me. I'm just doing something I like to do. And I really do have fun teaching.
Well, I think too, as we talked that evening, when you love something, it doesn't seem like a job, really.
Right.
You know, there's always ups and downs in everything we do, but I always tell people this: even if I'm having a bad evening or a bad day, I get in and see those kids, and I know I'm making a difference. And you've made a difference in so many kids' lives, so we appreciate that as well. So, what are some of the most memorable programs or things you've done at Sharonville Elementary?
When I came to Sharonville, I was broken because I had been an administrator and it didn't work out the way I had planned on it. So I went back to the music room. I taught music for years. I went back to the music room. That was like my happy spot. So I aligned myself with Susan Wider and the Renaissance Festival, and we did the Renaissance Festival for, oh my goodness, 5, 6, 7 years. And then we decided that we really needed to move in a different direction. We needed to expand our arts opportunities within our building. We needed to expand the exposures that we gave our children. So we did things like the Hip Hop Club, and we did things like, which was really cool, because the Hip Hop Club was a club that I worked with Mrs. Roddy on, and we aligned ourselves with the Cincinnati Arts Association. So that was a great program that we did. We also put on a play called Seussical the Musical, and that was really fun because we got community involvement in that. So we've spent a lot of time doing a lot of things that we've enjoyed doing. I have to get my notes. Grade school, elementary school programs. The best thing I like doing my job is preparing kids for performance. That's where you see the essence of your work kind of come together and make like a wonderful cake. I love grade level programs, so I can't tell you which grade level program is my best program, but I will say this: kindergartens are fun. Kindergartens are fun. We also work with Mr. Glenn Pat, who's our 5th grade teacher. He does a lot of work with the Veterans Association, and we put on the Veterans program in the fall at the Gower Park in the Sharonville area. So we're really busy. We're really busy. The arts is an area where children who make connections, and when they make connections, they're connecting math and science and literature and social studies. They're just kind of doing it all, and they get to physically work it out. So my room is not quiet. I know you thought it was, but I'm sorry.
No,
it's not quiet.
I hear him in there a little bit.
It's not quiet. We're supposed to have a good time, and we do.
Well, I think if the kids are enjoying it, they learn better, they understand, and they'll have a better time with it. So that's awesome.
Well, it's good for the teacher.
Yeah. Oh, amen to that. Yes, ma'am. So tell me this. I'm gonna let Lily have the next question.
So what do you love the most about Princeton?
I came from Sycamore, and I came to Princeton on the agenda of starting my administrative journey. You know, I did have this thing in my head that I was going to be an urban superintendent because I wanted to make a difference in that realm. What I like about Princeton is its diversity. I have been very fortunate in my career. I taught school in Connecticut, and I taught school here. In Connecticut, I was in primarily all-white schools until I decided that I couldn't take it anymore, and I went to a very diverse school, Hartford Public High School, and I taught high school choral music there, and it was fabulous. I heard the kids next door in the ESL department and in the EL department, and they were coming in with all of those languages. The thing I liked about Princeton is there are all kinds of people here doing all kinds of things. love it when my kids come in. I do bus duty. I do the breakfast duty. I love it when my girls come in and they're speaking like 5th and 6th grade girl, like girls, you know how y'all do. They're speaking like little girls and they're talking in their native tongue. They're talking in their language and they're doing their heads like this and they're talking to each other. And I can just hear in my own vernacular, they're saying things like, girl, guess what? I love it when the boys come in. The boys come in talking about football, and my kids have done a lot of work with me. In America, we call it soccer, but in their world, it's football. I love it when they come bouncing the ball. They come bouncing the ball, and they get to the door, and they see me standing there. And of course, they have to pick the ball up because they can't come in the building with the ball. I love it. I just love it. I just love it. I am so proud of the work that I do in Princeton because I affect so many people from throughout the world.
Well, I want to say thank you for being here and thank you for all you do for our kids and the kids you've done forever. We talked earlier. You don't remember me, do you? I said, yeah, I do. You was in Lincoln Heights.
Yes,
I remember that.
I opened that building.
Yeah, you opened that building. And what I would say is this. You've made a difference in a lot of kids' lives. So when you lay your head down every night, when you get up, there's days, I know for me, there's days I'm like, I don't want to get up today. You always remember, and I know you do, that I'm making a difference. So we appreciate you. All right?
Thank you.
Have a good day. And as always,
go Vikes!
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
welcome back to Viking Voice of the People of Princeton. And I am here now with three young ladies that were part of our first ever financial fitness fair. And I'm going to have them introduce themselves, and I'll ask them a few questions about how they got involved and what they like to do here at Princeton and outside of school. So, to our far right, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Trixie May Salvation. I'm in 10th grade, and I'm 15 years old.
Okay, so Trixie, tell us this. What are some of the classes you like here at Princeton High School?
I like history.
What about history? Because I used to be a history teacher here at Princeton High School. I don't know if you knew that. What do you like about history?
I just like, what you call this? I like about what happened before the day because I'm like very curious about it. And it's just fun.
Yeah. I think history is a good thing for me, and that's why I like to teach it, because we know what happened in the past. We can learn from the good things and make sure we don't do the bad things again. And I think that's really important to do that. So, do you have any teachers here that you really enjoy?
I like Mr. Simich.
Okay, and what does he teach?
He teach world history.
Okay, and what makes him a teacher you like?
He's just very energetic. He's nice.
Nice, and he makes you want to be there.
Yeah.
So when you go to that class, you're engaged and ready to go. That's
yeah.
important. I think if kids enjoy what they're learning, they're going to learn better. Adults too, me as well. But if I'm reading a book, it's something I'm interested in, it's harder for me to read it and comprehend it and understand it. But if it's something I'm interested in, it's easier. So we appreciate that. So Financial Fitness Fair, what did you do? How did you get involved in that? What did you do at the Financial Fitness Fair?
It was when Mr. O'Connor said about it, and I was like, why not try being in one of a school activities since I haven't been in any of it. And so I did volunteer, and yeah.
What did you do there? What did you volunteer to do?
He gave us like a list of what we're going to do, and I volunteered to do the SMART goals.
Okay. So you had a poster. I think I saw a SMART goals poster. I was there Saturday for a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So you helped with that.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. So the last thing I'm going to ask you here is, what do you love about Princeton?
It's just I like how some people are like very nice to each other, and like some teachers are very helpful to students.
Yeah, I think when I talk about Princeton all the time, people say that. They say, and I've even said this, when I came here in 2003, and they've heard this before, I knew nobody. I came here I knew nobody, no adults, no kids, anybody, and Princeton hugged and loved me and took me in. And now 21 years later, I'm the superintendent. So that's tells you what Princeton's about, that if you come in here and you meet people, they take care of you, and it's really a good place. So we appreciate you being here. So next we have...
My name is Gabby Ferrari. I'm a junior, and I'm 17 years old.
So Gabby, I'm going to start the other side. How did you get involved in the fitness fair, and what did you do at it?
Mr. OC told me about it. I visit his class every day, so he just was like, "Oh yeah, you should go to the financial fitness fair because you were in my financial literacy last year." So I originally went to just like help out with stuff, but then like I was helping. I took pictures and I was helping with like online ebooks about financial literacy and stuff.
I think something you said is you start to say financial literacy, and that is a class everyone has to take now, which is so important because I wish it was something I would have had as a young kid. I would probably would not have made as many mistakes with my finances as I was younger. So I think it's really important that we learn that and that we do that, and we'll have hopefully this fair over and over for people to come and learn. So what is your favorite class here at Princeton High School?
I think my favorite class right now probably AP Pre-Calc and AP Chemistry.
AP. I didn't take AP, so oof. Okay. Why are those your favorite classes?
I really like science and math, and AP or Pre-Calc. I really like Pre-Calc because I feel like Mr. Tucker's a really good teacher, and he really helps us understand the topic well. And I've just always liked chemistry, so I really like AP Chemistry.
You answered my next question. Is that one of your favorite teachers? Anybody else you want to shout out?
Yeah, and Mr. Zimmerman. I like Mr. Zimmerman too.
What does he teach?
Honors physics.
Honors physics. So you're taking a nice load of classes there. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, girl. I'm not mad at you. Go ahead. Do your thing. What do you like to do outside of school? Any activities you like to do outside of school or anything?
Yeah. I'm the secretary of the Junior Student Council, and I'm the varsity captain on the soccer team.
Okay. Great. I saw a few soccer games. I saw you guys out there doing your thing. What do you love about Princeton?
One thing I really love is the after-school activities outside of school, like the games, like events like the Financial Fitness Fair. I think it's a good way for people to get involved and socialize with other students.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you being here and tell us a little bit about yourself. It's funny, I see her around the building all the time and at events, and she always has that big smile, which makes me smile because I love it when people are happy and enjoying what they're doing. So we appreciate that, or I appreciate that for sure. All right. Okay. Tell us about you, young lady.
I'm Leah Betts. I'm a junior, and I'm 17 years old.
Okay. So, how did you get involved in a financial fitness fair, and what did you take part when you were there?
I was in my geography class, and I saw that Mr. O'Connor had written that there was a financial fitness fair, and I asked him about that and if I could help, and he said, of course. So, yeah. And then when I was there, I was the part of the ebooks on financial literacy for those who don't understand or those who don't have the resources to understand financial stuff.
So let me ask you this, because some of our kids say, I saw that. I wonder, what drew you to that? What made you want to help? Did you know Mr. O'Connor? Was it you had friends involved? What drew you to helping with this great project?
I just like to help out with the community. I feel like that's very important for younger people to help out with the community.
Great, I appreciate that. What is your favorite class? What are your favorite classes?
My favorite class right now is probably AP Psychology.
Okay, what makes that a great class?
You just get to see how the human brain works and why we do things we do.
That's great. Teachers, what teachers have you connected with? Some of your favorites? Now or before?
Some of my favorite teachers are Mr. DePeel and Mr. Solis.
Okay. Funny thing about Mr. DePeel, I'm aging myself. I was his teacher in high school.
Really?
Yeah, when I was a teacher at Princeton High School. So makes me feel old, but I'm proud of him what he's doing. So I know he's doing a great job. What things outside of school do you like to do?
I'm in track, National Honor Society, and Student Council, and I plan to be in Spanish Honor Society also.
Okay, so track season's coming up.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Okay, come check you out. I used to run track, and I don't look like it, but I did. I used to. So good. And what do you love about Princeton?
I love the opportunities that students have, and I'm talking about their education with AP, IB, CCP classes, and also the after-school activity buses. I come from a school where we didn't have all of those opportunities, and I noticed the students struggled a lot more, and students here have a lot more chances to do well in school.
So how long have you been at Princeton?
This is like my second, technically, year.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy you're here.
Thank you.
You see that smile too. She always had that big smile on her face as well. So, two of the young ladies I know a little bit in high school. Most of me call that same smile. Like, for English or name, I want some of that energy as well. So we appreciate it. So, but even like that, anything else before we sign off here? Anything else you have to put on? Okay, well, first of all, I appreciate all you do here at Princeton High School. You guys are, you're three young ladies, do a lot of different things, very involved, or getting very involved as you took care of the financial fitness fair, so we appreciate that. And we appreciate you being leaders and being role models for many people here, okay? So thank you. So we're going to sign off then. We're going to do it as always. Have a great day, and as always, go Vikings!